This
We're
conference
missing
will now be recorded.
Mr. Doug. Doug is resting for us right now. Wasn't feeling 100%, but he's here in spirit, so I'm sure he'll be just fine. So before Robert takes over the meeting, which I'm just excited about all of you looking at that, I want to talk a little bit about this year. And I first wanted to congratulate Doug and Robert and everybody on the call of what some of the fantastic numbers that our company's done, because people don't realize we're not even 2 years old. I have never seen this, been part of this organically. We didn't buy a company. We didn't buy a bunch of producers. We started boots on the ground, and it's pretty amazing. So far, year to date, you guys should be proud. We've closed over 1,156 loans, over 1,156 loans for a little bit over $331 million. We've also had 308 loan officers in total close the loan. Now, those numbers are just going to explode from here. Our goal next year is that we're going to fund over, I'm going to say over 1,900 units or loans, and it's going to happen. But I want to talk a little bit about, recruiting, Robert, and just talking to people. And the first thing I wanted to do is help you if you're out there and you're talking to people about our company. I wanted to give you a couple of practical tips, but I also wanted to give you some talking points to talk with people about. So, one of the first things you got to realize is there's a big difference. There's a big difference in proven talent and emerging talent. Proven talent and emerging talent. And what's fun is that we're a company of a lot of emerging talent. Pitt Miller, Doug Ross, that's proven talent. We've been doing loans at a high level. We come over. But a lot of you, I'm really excited because I've experienced so many people that have funded their first loan of their lifetime. And you might say, well, Pitt, why does that get you excited? Because not only have people come over and joined us and fund their first loan, but they have learned a fundamental skill. And I am so proud that so many of you have learned the skill. And this skill that you've learned, and you know what I'm talking about if you've done loans with us, this skill that you've learned is the secret sauce of being a loan officer. And that's what I am. Besides helping people and managing and growing, I still do loans and I'm a loan officer. And that skill that sets us apart is we teach everybody and give them the power to build their own ultimate approval process. Yeah, your own ultimate approval process. You own it, and then that leads to an ultimate submission. And what that leads to is a really good customer experience. And that speed and that detail at which you choose to originate your loans and how you're going to treat your customer up front sets you apart from everybody else. You guys, I've been doing this 32 years. If I would have been taught the way that we're teaching people today in the beginning, I would have been so much further along in my career, so much faster. Because when you take pride and do your ultimate approval up front and turns into an ultimate sub and you do a quick, great escrow, guess what happens? You get more business. You get a reputation of being somebody that's dependable, somebody that they can call and say, oh boy, I need help on a deal. And there's not a better feeling than being a producer and getting that call. So when you're looking to build a team and you're looking to bring somebody on, think about it in this way. Does that person have high character? Do they have high character? Do other people think highly of them? Do they have a friend base? Can you talk to somebody that says, you know what? Hey, I talked to Robert. I used to work with Robert. And Robert helped me out one time, and somebody with good character. That's really the fundamental of what you want is somebody with really good character. And if somebody doesn't have good character, you've got to ask yourself, are you going to put all your time into that person and bring them on when they don't have good character? I think the second thing they have to have is they have to have motivation. They have to have this why, this burning why. We all have a why of what we're doing or what we're not doing in our lives. And it's okay to talk about and discover what is that person's why. What is Robert's why? He has good character. I talked to some of his friends. He was referred to somebody. I followed up. I just asked questions about him and character. Great character. Now I got to talk to Robert and find out about his why, because he really has to have a why of why he wants to succeed with us and do so well. And then the last thing that he needs to have is a really good work ethic. You've got to be able to come in, especially when you're new to this business. And I know a lot of you, this is not your primary job. You're doing something else, but you're hoping to transition away from that. And I love that when it happens. But you've got to put in the effort, and you've got to put in the time to, learn your craft. So when somebody approaches you or you approach somebody, again, think about those 3 things in there. And then my suggestion, Robert, and you and I have talked about this, is use some of the PWM systems we have in place to your benefit. And Robert, the one that I like to, how I recruit people the best is I get them to come to Doug's presentation. Doug's presentation has been on Thursday evening. Now it's been moved to Thursday in the late afternoon. Well, starting the beginning next year, Doug's presentation of the PWM model every Thursday, a half-hour presentation. It runs about 45 minutes, and I join him there. It's going to be at lunch. You're going to see it's going to move to 12 to 12:30, 12 to 12:45 Pacific time every Thursday. And the beauty is you get somebody to come watch this, be excited and watch it with them, and let somebody else explain a really hard concept displaying, and that's revenue share. It's easy to talk about our first 3 pillars, which are really important. We're cloud-based, we're a broker, and we have training. But it's hard to get people and to give them the right thing about the rev share. So my gift to you is use our systems. Let Doug explain. There's nobody better, maybe Robert, but there's nobody better that does it weekly than Doug. And so I hope those tips help you as we grow teams, because I know with what Robert's going to do here, we're going to start growing even more our teams. So there's my introduction, Robert. How'd that go?
All right, great job. So everyone, thank you for being on tonight. I know we have an incredible crowd tonight, but you are here on the right time, okay? Basically, tonight I'm going to announce something that will completely change the game in our company. And before I announce it, just to keep the suspense going a little bit here, before I announce what it is, I want to give you a little bit of background, okay? In my career of real estate and mortgage, there's only been so many times in my career that I've run into a game-changing event. There's only been so many times in my career that I've run into a game-changing event or a game-changing system. And tonight, we're at our company, we're gonna launch something that will completely change the way we play our game. And it's gonna give you an incredible advantage. And basically, it's almost like it's like giving our company a nuclear arms when it comes into the arms race. We're going to have nuclear arms here, and I can't wait to share it with you, okay? But it is absolutely game-changing. Now, this is something that I've been toying around with in my mind ever since the company ever since I thought about this 3 years ago, okay? And it took me almost 2 years to really make a decision to do this. And it's wild, actually. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute, okay? So I'm gonna open up a screen here for you because I don't think any of you can wait anymore. I can't even wait to share this with you. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, okay? And I'm gonna take you through it. One of the very first things that I'm gonna show you here in a second is I wanna congratulate all of you for being part of our company. for the last, some of you for the last 2 years, some of you for less than that. But we have been growing strong, and we've been doing incredible for a company that's only been around for 2 years. But what we have decided to do is that every loan officer in our company, starting on January 1, okay, all the deals that we have already submitted is basically already part of our comp plan already. But as of January 1, or the first week of January 1, okay, we are giving every loan officer in our company is getting a raise. All right, is getting a raise. Let me show you. All right. So currently, our comp is at 225. Our comp is at 225, and we have some of the best pricing in the industry. It will not change very much when our comp goes to 237.5. It's only an eighth. You may not even see it in the rate. It may be you'll see it a little bit in the closing cost credits and so forth. But we are now, so the comp goes up only by 12.5 points, but we are raising the first tier of our loan officers all to 140 basis points to start. So everyone in our company that was at 125 basis points, you will now be on January 1 at 140 basis points for a comp at 237.5. So full comp is 237.5, and you will be at 140 basis points. For those of you who are at 135 basis points, then you will be at 150 basis points. And for those of you who are at 145 basis points and above, you'll be at 160 basis points. Okay, so we are changing. In the old comp at 125, we are now moving you to 140 basis points. All right, and that will be your start. So previously on a $400,000 loan, we used to make 9,000 and you'd get 5. Now we'd make 9,500, but you get $5,600 minus $300 for your comp on your loans. Okay, and that is absolutely amazing. You are going to be going up from 140 basis points from 125 to 140. All right, the amount to company bucket goes down just a little bit, but you'll see that the amount that goes to company bucket on level 2 and level 3 actually goes up, okay, a little bit. And on top of that, you will be able to build your team way stronger if you're able to offer the new loan officers coming in at 140 basis points instead of 125. Now, I want you to understand one concept, is a concept of company bucket. Remember, every time that a loan officer closes a deal, there's an amount that goes to the loan officer, there's an amount that goes to company bucket. We can't do anything about the amount that goes to taxes and operations and processing and auditing, okay? But the amount that goes to company bucket, okay, the amount that goes to company bucket is now increased, okay? Well, loan officers increased to 140, company bucket's 42.5. But here's what we're doing, and this is absolutely amazing. I'm going to type something for you, and hopefully this absolutely changes the whole game. I'm going to type this. So Pitt, turn on your camera if you can, because I want to see your reaction to it if you're still have a camera in front of you. Okay. But I want to show you something. I'm going to type this in. We are now launching what we call a cap. Oh my God. If you want to
I love it.
understand what this cap is, okay, so remember, on a deal that is at $400,000 at 42.5 basis points, there is $1,700 that goes into the bucket, okay? This is what we've done. The moment that a loan officer contributes $30,000 to the cap, all right, to the cap, basically the loan officer goes to 100% of the loan officer's pay and the company bucket combined. Okay, so Pitt, you can leave your mic on. I want to see your reaction
Wow,
to this.
Robert, that's amazing. I'm thinking, how quick can pity cap? How
Yeah,
quick can that cap?
kitty cap. So we have installed, and I want to let everyone understand what this means. That means that the 140 plus the 42.5, when someone caps, okay, that loan officer's pay is no longer 140 or 150 or 160, depending on where the loan officer's at. The loan officer's pay goes to 182.5, okay, BPS, okay? And that loan officer is at 182.5 for the remainder of the year. So if it takes, so PD is the type of person that will have a good month, he will cap in 1 or 2 months, period. And then you move to 182.5. Taxes, operations, processing, and auditing those are card costs for us. But the amount of money that a loan officer is going to be able to earn, all right, so now it doesn't even matter if you're at 140, 150, or 160. The moment that we add up the money that you've contributed to the company bucket, so if you take $1,700 and you divide it by $1,700, all right, that number is
Got to do about
17.6.
20 loans, Robert? Yeah.
That number 17.6 deals. All right. So if you were a loan officer, and even if you're at level 1 in 17.6 deals, if you get to the point where, let's say you're closing 5 a month, within 3 months, 3.5 months, you've capped, you'll move up to 182.5 basis points on a 237.5 basis points loan, okay? And you will be there for the remainder of the year. You'll be there
Robert,
for
this
the
is
remainder of
awesome.
the year.
This is incredible news to have a cap. I've never seen a cap in lending. I've seen it in real estate, but I've never seen it in lending.
Okay, so I'm going to give everyone backstory, okay? The first time I've ever run into a cap was in 2000, when there was a company, it was a tiny little company called Keller Williams, and they came out with a $35,000 cap. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I can't believe it. There's no way they could stay in business if they do that. And 10 years later, they were the #1 real estate company in America with over 160,000 agents in their company. Because why? Because they installed a cap. When EXP came out, they installed a cap. And within 10 years, they're at 70,000 realtors because of their cap. You know, I said to myself, I don't think a mortgage company will ever be brave enough to do something like this, you know, because it's crazy. But we as a company at PWM, but I thought about it for 2 years actually, but we've decided that we're at that point where we are going to be brave enough to put a $30,000 cap on company contributions. Okay, on company contributions, and once you've reached the $30,000 cap, okay, guess what? You're basically at the company bucket and your loan officer compensation combined for the remainder of the year. And I want you to remember something, at 237.5, that, and you're getting paid 182.5, that already, that's with your operations and your processing built into it. Okay, there's companies that might say, hey, I'll give you 160 basis points, but no processing is even built anywhere near to it, or the processing is charged to the client. All right, we're going to be giving you an opportunity to earn 182.5 basis points, you know, on for the remainder of the year, and that's including processing and operations and taxes and so forth. I want you to imagine something. Imagine every single mortgage company right now that's out there that has no cap. You know, those loan officers are making sometimes $30,000 for their company in month number 1. All right, they're making $30,000 for their company in month number 1. The top producers that are out there. The ones that are semi-top producers, they're making $30,000 for their company in 1 or 2 or 3 months. $30,000 is the equivalent of what you pay a low-level office administrator. And once we make only $30,000 into our company bucket from you, then basically you make the rest for the remainder of the year. Okay, there will be no company out there that will have as strong a compensation plan as us. And now recruiting and building a massive team is going to be second nature to the people who focus on building the team. Because when you tell a loan officer from another company, we will start you at 140, 150, or 160 out of 237.5. In addition to that, once we make $30,000 from your contributions to our company bucket, you will be basically at 100% for the remainder of the year. Okay, that is absolutely insane what we're doing right now. But like I said, 20 years ago, Keller Williams changed the real estate game. When they did that, 10 years after, they had 160,000 realtors, and they're getting almost every top producer in the country to join their team in groups at a time. Okay? When EXP came onto the scene, the cap had already been in place for 10 years. What did they do? They put in a cap, and they put in this team building system that we have right now today. All right? When they did that, in 10 years, they got 70,000 realtors, top realtors, into their company, and their top people are making millions of dollars every month today. We have gone big, all right? Not only are we one of the first, if not the first, major mortgage company to instill a cap, but in addition to that, we have the team building system in place as well. So we have the team building system and the cap, and we are the first ones on the scene to make it like this. I want you to imagine how recruiting is going to be from January 1st on. Matter of fact, before I did the meeting today, I was telling Pitt, we just met with the general manager for a big company who manages multiple branches of loan officers. I showed him this today, and tomorrow I'm meeting with him with this operations manager because he is wanting to not only come over, but he's bringing his whole entire company over with him. Okay, this is basically giving you the nuclear arms to go out there and blow this up in a good way. All right, not a bad way, in a good way. And so if you understand business itself, I hope you understand what this really means. The number one, the new loan officer, and you know what, he's coming from a company where his comp is at 325 basis points, and the starting pay for his loan officers are at 100 basis points, and the top pay in his top paid loan officers are at 135, and they're selling a 325 comp. We are at a 237 comp instead of his 325 comp, and we are paying 140 to start. It goes up to 160. But the moment that the company bucket, imagine a company bucket filling to 300,000, okay? I mean $30,000, not 300, 30,000. That loan officer will be at 182.5 for the remainder of the year. Okay, on January 1st, that will be all the current loan officers in our company. Your anniversary day, you will all share the same anniversary day of January 1, 2022. Isn't that an incredible anniversary day for all the current loan officers in our company? Now, when a loan officer will join in February, then they will be February anniversary day. If they join in April, be April anniversary day. But for all the loan officers we have right now, January 1st becomes your anniversary day. It's easy for you to keep track, and that will be a day where your life will change. Any loan that's going to be submitted on that day at the 237.5 comp, all loan officers are going to be 140 BPS minus the $300 compliance fee, or 150 or 160. Okay, and the moment that your contributions, and you see it here, to the company bucket, okay, no, Linda, it's $30,000 at any given time in the year. Okay, it doesn't have to be in 1 month. It's when your contribution to company bucket gets to 30,000, you will be at 182.5 for the remainder of the year. Okay, remainder of the year. This will go for any loans that are submitted and closed. So it has to be a loan that's submitted from January 1 on forward, and those are the loans we're going to count towards the company bucket. Okay, the loans are in the process right now are loans that are pre-January 1st. Okay, but remember, as of January 1st, any loans that are submitted, okay, all the company bucket on those loans that are closed, loan officer, you're going to be paid 140 based on 237.5 or 150 or 160, and what is put into the company bucket will be accumulated, and the moment it accumulates to $30,000 into the company bucket, you will be at 182.5 for the remainder of the year. So hey, so what if it takes you 6 months to get there or 7 months to get there? You will be at basically 100%. That means the 100% of loan officer plus company bucket for the remainder of the year. Okay, this gives you an opportunity to be paid just as much as the per people at 160, because the people at 160, the company bucket fills a little slower because they start higher. The people at 140, the company bucket will fill faster because you're contributing more. All right, but no matter what, regardless if you're 140, 150, or 60, we basically, it's even for everyone. All right, we want you to be the highest paid or some of the highest paid loan officers on the planet. Okay, to answer your question, how does it impact builder comp? You know, if you look at the chart right here, okay, if you look at the chart right here, remember something, please remember something. All right, we'll give the company bucket to the loan officer once they've reached a certain amount. All right. But during that time, you still earning as normal. When we did these numbers and calculations, when you have 40 loan officers closing only one deal a month, all right, closing only one deal a month, you're still making $14,000 a month, $168,000 a year. If you have team level 2 at 80 deals a month, all right, at 80 deals, because you have 80 loan officers, you're only closing one deal a month, and you're making $46,000 a month, or 160 when you get to level 3, or 320 when you get to level 4. Okay, and that's if you're saying, hey, can you recruit loan officers, and can the loan officers build themselves? Under this comp plan, you'll be able to recruit your 40 loan officers 10 times easier than you were before, because now you're offering the most amazing comp plan on the planet. Okay, so your ability to recruit producing loan officers to your team should be 10 times easier with this, and the ability for them to recruit the people that they worked with from their previous company will be 10 times easier for them too. All right, and this was only based on one deal a month. If the average loan officer close one deal a month, all right, then you will make all your comp basically, because at one deal a month, all right, those aren't the people that are going to cap anyways. But with this comp plan, you'll be able to recruit the people that will close 10 deals a month, 20 deals a month, guys. You got to understand, with this comp plan, you'll be able to recruit the people that close 5 deals a month, 10 deals a month, 20 deals a month, because you know why? You know who is going to cap fast are the people that recruit 20 deals a month. And if you get that person that recruits 20 deals a month, do you want to wait for that person to close one deal a month and it takes them 12 months to do it? Or is it okay for you to recruit that person that closes 20 deals a month and you get paid that 20 deals for those 20 deals, boom, in month 1? The numbers will still come out for you. That's why in EXP, even though they have a cap, people can make $1 million in a month, because what does it matter that you make one deal a month for 12 months and it takes you 12 months to make, you know, a certain amount of money from a person, or if they could come in and they could pay you on all 17 or 18 deals right away. Does it make sense? They'll pay you on it right away. Our numbers and all of our projections were made only on them closing one deal a month and 12 deals for the entire year. Now you have a compensation plan that will recruit those people that close 10 deals a month. And so if you get paid on 20 deals in your first 2 months, don't complain about the rest of the year. You've already made your 20 deals in the first 2 months of every year from these top producers. But now with this incredible compensation, you don't just go hunting for new loan officers. You don't just say, hey, we have the best training. The super producers out there, they could care less about the training. They just want to go ahead and cap in the first month so they can make basically 100% for the remainder of the year. No one else is doing it. Or no one that I know is doing it. Pitt, in his 30 years of being in this, he hasn't heard of a company that did this. I started this company with Doug 2 years ago, and we didn't know anyone that's done this. And I've been in the industry for 20 something years, and I haven't heard of a mortgage company that's done this. And so we are doing something that is going to change the game, and you are all part of it on the day that I announced it to everyone. So if I were you, I don't sit on my hands tonight. I don't sleep tonight. I come up with a plan tonight to get in front of every loan officer I can. Because why? Because on January 1, okay, when a loan officer contributes $30,000 to the company bucket, okay, they will be at 182.5 basis points for the remainder of the year. All right? There are loan officers out there that make their companies that $30,000 in their first month. All right? And this comp plan will will basically be able to capture all of those people. All right. Now, please, you know, I'm trying to explain it to you as best as I can, so it's very clear. Our comp is only at 237.5. Our competitors are at 250. There's some of them are at 260, 270, 275. A lot of them are in the 300s and 325s. We're only at 237.5. Okay, that's only a 12.5 BPS. It's an eighth of a point in fees. Okay, that we're moving it up, but we are paying our loan officers now starting 140. But it doesn't matter. We start our loan officer at 140, 150, and 160. Okay, then level limits are 100. So $100,000 earner goes to 150, 200,000 earner goes to 160. Okay, but it doesn't matter, because when your contribution gets to $30,000, so when you're contributing, so remember, all right, when 140 plus 42.5, that's 182.5 right here. And I'm going to put this in bold, all right, and I'm going to fill this thing up, you know, with a sparkling blue. Actually, blue is not a color you can see very well, so I'll put this color right here. When you add up the 42 bips, all right, and it becomes 30,000, it tips over the $30,000 mark, you will be at 182.5 for the remainder of the year. All right, when the year is up, whenever your anniversary date's up, then the $30,000 starts again. So like basically January 1, 2023 is when so you have until then to enjoy the 182.5, and then any loan that is submitted on 2023, then it starts. Okay, so it is an absolute game changer, absolute game changer. All right, for everyone in our company. I hope you are so excited to hear what we're doing. I told you last week, hey everyone, we're going to be putting out something that is going to be huge, and I hope you see how huge this is. Okay, and so I'm reading all the comments. Yes, this is truly an amazing game changer, and I told you we're going to change the game. At PWM, we're making history here, and hopefully all of you will be part of huge history. Okay, we are already meeting with people who are seeing this compensation plan, and they're just shaking their head right now, going, man, I need to meet with you tomorrow. I need to bring my operations manager in there tomorrow. If we did this, I could recruit the world. And so our motto for 2023, and I was telling our group, our motto for PWM for 2023 for the states that we are in is right here: recruit the world. And hopefully all of you will be able to take part in that, you know. But the beautiful thing about it is when you are able to be with our company and we have a comp plan like this, all the loan officers that you bring in for the team building aspect of things, they're gonna be on your team. Okay, but the beautiful thing is you've not only superpowered your ability to recruit, but everyone that you bring in is going to be a higher level of loan officer than you were able to bring in before. Okay, not only that, but the people that you bring in are going to know more loan officers. Okay, the people that you bring in are going to know more loan officers, and they're going to have a way easier time bringing their friends from other companies on board. All right, and remember, if they're coming in with volume, they don't start at 140. They'll start at either 150 or 160. All right, as long as we can verify that they are already seasoned producers, they don't start at 140. They don't start at 150. They start at 160. All right, and again, when we add up the amount that they put into the company bucket, we add it up to 30,000, then bam, they're gonna be at 182.5 BPS for the remainder of the year. And of the 182.5, there is money are allocated towards their processing and our compliance and operations. Does it make sense? No, T, within the first year, a loan officer is still on old comp plan? No. As of January 1st, 2022, all loan officers that are in our company is going to go up to 140 bips. Okay, there's no old comp plan. This is only the deals that are in escrow as of the time that 2022 hits. Those get paid out, you know, based on the old comp plan. Because why? Because on those deals we only charge 225. How can I give you 140 when our comp plan is only at 225? Okay, but as of January 1st, we are changing our comp with all of our lenders to 237.5, and on those deals, we are going to pay based on the new levels. All right. So that is absolutely amazing. So when you look at the ability, I want everyone to see, look at the ability now, the possibility of you being able, all right, to the possibility of you being able to recruit 40 loan officers is going to be so much easier. The possibility of the loan officers that you've got on your team will easily average 1 loan a month, okay, because now you're recruiting a way higher level of loan officer. The ability for those loan officers to know other loan officers is way more, because they're coming from an environment where they've closed a lot of loans before, and when they recruit their friends from their own companies they're coming from, okay, they can build their teams faster, and they're bringing in other producers. In 2022, we're going to be bringing in tons of solid producing loan officers under this comp plan, because this comp plan was built to attract the top people. Okay, it's built to attract the top people. And a tool for borrower paid, it works somewhat the same way, is wherever the you go borrower paid and it's less, you're charging the client a little bit less, then obviously your take is less, but the percentage of what you take is more. So it's just all part of a ratio, okay? And then the amount of money that's contributed to company dollar is still, you know, based on that ratio, but you are still filling the company bucket on every deal that you close, regardless if it's borrower paid or lender paid. All right. So that is absolutely amazing. And this is the time for you to really focus on what you really want. See, as a loan officer, now your earnings potential is through the roof. As a good producing loan officer, not only is your comp higher to begin with, but the moment that you become solid, you are the highest paid producers. You are some of the highest paid producers on the planet, and you'll be able to earn 182. You know, once you've reached your cap. So remember the word cap. We're capping it at $30,000 of contributions to company bucket. All right, but now is a very serious time for all of you to now pay attention to the profit share model, because reaching these types of numbers for you and the people that you bring in, all right, now is almost unlimited potential of what you're capable of doing, because we don't really have massive competition. There's no one else out there really going out there and doing big caps how we're going to do it. There's no one out there that's charging only, you know, a very sharp 237.5 and paying our people up to 182.5 on those loans. Okay, and so recruiting is going to be almost easier than ever. So now ask yourself, yeah, do you think in the next 1 or 2 or 3 years you could bring in 40 people? I think so. Do you think each of those people can bring in on average 2 people? I think so. And do you think the people underneath them and underneath them and underneath them will be able to just bring 2 people? Yeah. So there will be someone that's going to reach a couple thousand people. And if you're doing that and people only average one deal a month based on our type of comp plan, the payout here is over $1 million a month, okay? And that's only level 7. Added to the 300 and level 6, the 60, the 40, the 30, and the 14, and each of those other levels, you could be making close to a couple $1 million every single month on your profit sharing if you play your cards right. Like I said to everyone, there's only so many times in your life. There in 20 something years, almost 30 years of my career in real estate, there's only been a couple times in my whole career that I've seen any company put anything out that I think is a game changer. Well, I've taken 2 of the top game changing moments of my whole entire career. Number 1 was the model that EXP put out, and number 2 was the cap that Keller Williams installed. When Keller Williams installed the cap with a small team building model, they were able, but because they were the first to really do it, they were able to get to 160 or 170,000 realtors in only 10 years. EXP didn't change the game when they went into the game with a cap, but they changed the game with this comp plan. And they, in 10 years, reached 70,000, and they are on track in the next 5 years to be the #1 real estate company in the world with the rate that they're growing right now. We, on this day, 2021, Tuesday, December 21, 2021, mark this day down, okay? This is the day that PWM announced not only the raise in comp for all loan officers, but also we installed the cap into what we're doing. And once this cap is installed on January 1st, 2021, so we know it's coming, so you can start actively recruiting now. But as of that day, as of that anniversary day, all right, you will now be able to hopefully grow this business like never before. All right, and hopefully our company in the next 10 years can say that we have 100,000 loan officers, and hopefully some of you will have thousands of those 100,000 loan officers on your team 10 years from now, and maybe even sooner than that. All right, this is incredible news for our industry and our company, and I hope that you take advantage of your new opportunity. Okay, you know, in our profit sharing model, you know, we put a number in here. If your average loan officer only averages 2 loans a month, I'm telling you that this model is built for the top producing loan officers, because they will get attracted by the fact that they could earn up to 100% of the monies that's paid to loan officer and to company bucket. Okay, and if your team gets to 40 loan officers but they close 2 loans a month, from level 1 alone you're looking at around 28,000 a month. In level 1 plus 2 alone, you're looking at almost $100,000 a month. Okay, you're making almost $1 million, over $1 million annual income if you have 40 loan officers in level 1 and 80 loan officers in level 2, averaging only 2 loans a month. You could potentially be earning at or close to $1 million a year doing that. These are not numbers to laugh at. Okay, all right, we pay from revenue share. Yes, James, we pay from revenue share, not profit. You know, James Guido, who was with, you know, these companies for a long time, he made a huge point. He goes, yeah, they pay from profit share. That means that when the office, you know, writes off all their crazy expenses and pays this and pays that, they only give you a small portion of what's left over. We pay from revenue, guys. We pay from company bucket. What's left of company bucket, that's what we've used to pay our bills, okay? But we pay you off the top from revenue share. So that's huge. So people like James, people like the people who are responding right now in the chat, I hope you see how powerful this is. you know, I hope there's some people out there that's going to have a hard time sleeping, because you are the people that's heard this first. You have the opportunity to go out there and build your team massive right now. Make sure you say the right thing. Okay, don't say wrong thing. All right. But I went over as detailed as I can. All right. And this is absolutely game changer for the mortgage industry. Absolute game changer for the mortgage industry. This is the perfect time of the year. You all have a good 8 days to prepare for what's going to happen on January 1st, 2022. All right. And now it is prime hunting season. January is already prime hunting season for loan officers who are thinking. And right now, you're going to give them something to really chew on. Okay, I'm letting you know. If you have recruiting blood in you, you're going to give loan officers something to really chew on. At first, they may not believe what we're doing. It's like, what? You only charge? Because see, some loan officers to think that because you got to understand, it's a 237 comp. You're paying them up to 182.5 on a 237 comp. The remaining amount is used towards taxes, compliance, and the processing. We're not garbage feeing our clients to death here. So I hope you know how amazing, where you can still sell incredible rates, at the same time offer game-changing pay to the loan officer, and they're selling incredible rates at the same time. And we have a comp plan like this where you could retire off your team and they can retire off their team. You're going to have loan officers, and then so you say, hey, you get to be the first loan officers in your company joining. And if you tell the rest of the loan officers in your company to join and they join your team, it's a game over for you. All right, it's a game over for you. Because what if the other loan officers in your company join first and they recruit you? Then it's a game over for them. They're going to retire off everyone in their company. So you're going to have loan officers, top producing loan officers from big companies with thousands of loan officers racing to our company to join first, so they could get the rest of the people in their company to join under them. All right. So if you plan this right, all right, if you plan this right, the game is over. You could go after any company in the marketplace. All right. And the crazy thing is, most companies in the marketplace, they're not in the cloud like us. They can't rush to try to match what we're doing, is because they're already stuck in all their long-term leases. They're already stuck in all the rents they have to pay. They're already stuck in the electricity bills. They're already stuck in their staff. They're already stuck in all their expenses, and it's very hard for them to match what we're doing. Okay, we built ourselves in the cloud for this day, and finally we're ready to announce it. So on behalf of PWM, we want to wish everyone an incredible Christmas. All right, this is our Christmas gift to all of you. All right, as of this coming Thursday, there is no more meetings for this week until the beginning of the new year. Next week, there's no meetings. Next week, there's no Monday conference call. There's no meetings at all next week, because we're giving everyone this week off. Okay. My wife, who's CFO of our company, did mention that if you have any deals that you know are funding very soon, next week is off for the entire company, including payroll, for staff, for payroll. Okay. So this Friday, no, normally companies pay every other week, but we try to make it every single week. But you got to give us at least 1 week out of this year to give everyone off. So next week, if you absolutely need a check for next week, then let us know this week so we can make plans. But if not, we can't do payroll next week, so you got to wait for the following week. So if there is absolutely a need for a check this coming week, because this coming week is New Year's too. All right, but so you absolutely need a check next week, then please let us know. We can make arrangements with you, but you got to let us know tomorrow to do that. But if not, then please wait till the following week. We'll do basically double payroll on the next week, the first week of the new year. Okay. But again, I want to wish everyone an incredible Christmas. All right. Keep this and let's go out there and let's charge ahead. January is always the biggest recruiting month of the year, and let's blow it up for 2022. And I hope this was an amazing announcement for all of you. Okay. So again, Merry Christmas. This is our Christmas raise for everyone. And this is an incredible game changer for our company. We are going to explode in 2022. All right. Have a great one, guys.
Thank you, Robert. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's.
Merry Christmas, guys. Happy New Year.
I'm ready to blow this up in 2022, Robert. Thank you so much. This is exactly the ammo I needed to hit up all those senior loan officers I've been talking to for the last 15 months.
Well, there you have it. You have you have a nuclear weapon here at your fingertips now, brother.
Right on, right on. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's to all of you.